What's going on, guys? So a lot of you guys after watching this are just gonna be like, what the heck, like thinking I'm absolutely just retarded for doing this, but stick with me. So a lot of you guys know I'm really interested in the science behind, exercise. Exercise science is actually what I'm gonna be studying. I'm very passionate about it, and I've kind of, over the years, used myself as a guinea pig for different, mini experiments, testing out different training methods to see what I respond to best, what, work best for me and, some of my friends. And I just love performing these little mini experiments on myself. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. Now this, which I'll tell you what it is in a second, was inspired by a couple different things. A recent video by George Lehman where he gives out some training advice where basically he says start with the least amount of weight possible and then just try to increase it over time. Basically linear periodization, which has been around for a long time. It's basically the simplest form of getting stronger or gaining muscle. You just start with some high rep stuff and then increase weight. And then as you increase the weight, the reps obviously will decrease. And so over time, you just get stronger. It's really as simple as that. And then also, I watched that, found that interesting. So then I read a meta-analysis that was posted on Greg Nuckols' site, Strength Theory, basically looking at all the research done on hypertrophy and rep ranges. And to sum it all up, basically it was saying rep ranges don't matter for hypertrophy as long as total volume is adequate. So if you do, 2 sets of 2, then that's not gonna be enough volume. You're not gonna get any hypertrophy and little strength gain out of that. But as long as you're doing enough volume, the only thing that really mattered was the intensity and the amount of times or how often you went close to failure. Because as you get closer to failure, your body really starts to try to kick in and use some of these muscle fibers that it's not used to using. You're creating more micro trauma, getting stronger, getting bigger. And so they did some tests where they would have 3 sets of 12 against 2 sets of 80, and basically saw that the hypertrophy benefits were the exact same. Now the sets of 12 obviously got more strength benefit. And then the third reason I want to do this is, I suffered a minor back injury a couple months ago, and it's been kind of flaring up recently. And so doing this experiment is going to be lightening the load a lot. And the last reason I want to do this is it's just going to be so different from anything that you guys have seen on YouTube that I want to give you guys something new, because there's just an oversaturation of fitness YouTube channels that I want to bring something new to the table, keep it interesting, keep it fresh. So now you guys are probably wondering, what the heck am I talking about? Can I just tell you already? And it is a squat experiment. And during this experiment, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start out with 135 pounds first squat session and just do as many reps as I can. I might be able to get 20 reps, I might be able to get 50 reps. Honestly, I have no clue. I did 225 for 20 about a month or 2 ago, so I should be able to get more than 20. And then every session, increase the weight 10 pounds. So I lift legs twice a week. That would be increasing 20 pounds a week. And then just every single workout, just do 10 pounds more, as many reps as I can, 3 sets. So obviously the first set may be something like 50, and then the next 2 sets might be 25 and then 15, just because the fatigue and high reps like that build up the lactic acid like crazy, make it very hard to walk. And so basically I want to see how far I can progress using this very extreme version of linear periodization. Now some of the benefits that could come from this are going to be, one, my endurance is going to go up like crazy, my work capacity, my cardiovascular health, those things will all shoot through the roof, because doing anything over like 10 reps on squats just feels like a cardio workout. So this is going to be very hard and very unpleasant, to to say the least. Some other benefits is getting in that many reps will really help me nail down and perfect my form. Because the squat, like anything, the more you practice it, the better you're gonna get. So, doing doubles and triples isn't gonna give you nearly as much practice as doing, 150 total reps in a workout. And another benefit for me personally is I used to do high rep squats and do sets of 20, and I experienced the most growth and the most strength gains from doing those sets of 20. A lot of you guys probably know my PR on squats when I was 200 pounds and like 170 now was 315 for 20 reps. My leg size shot through the roof, my strength shot through the roof, so I'm hoping doing this again, I kind of respond better to higher reps as far as squats go. So I'm hoping to see some good progress on that as well. And so, a lot of you guys are probably thinking this is a waste of time, and that's something that I've kind of thought over, but if you do the math, I can get from 135 to 315 in 9 weeks. So 9 weeks really isn't that long in the scope of things, so even if it is a total waste, I really didn't waste that much time. It was 9 weeks to have fun, switch things up, make things interesting, experiment, learn. So 9 weeks, and I really don't think there's gonna be absolutely no benefits. Say I don't, get super strong from it, there's still gonna be benefits of mastering my form, nailing that down, the cardiovascular benefits. If your cardiovascular health improves, you're gonna be able to recover between sets more efficiently. And then when I switch back to, lower rep stuff, my workload and my ability to recover between sets is gonna be through the roof, so I can then push those things harder. So I really don't think it's going to be a bust, but as the experiment, make it more official, I kind of want to write down some starting stats. So I'm going to be measuring my leg size and recording that, seeing what the changes in that are. Then obviously on Saturday, this coming Saturday, I have to test my squat 95% AMRAP. So I'll be able to get a gauge of where that is before doing this and where it goes after. Oh, and one thing that I want to point out too is I'm going to be trying to do this beltless for as long as I can to try to really build up that just raw strength, the core strength as well. And so I may throw the belt on as I get up into the 315 range, but to close it out, I'll explain more of this in the first episode where I do 135. My goal is 50 reps. That may sound like a ton. That may be way too many, but I'm gonna go for it. And so the idea behind this whole thing is, by the time I get back to 315, say I'm hitting 315 for a set of 5 now, by the time I get to 315 again, 9 weeks later, I might be hopefully hitting that for a set of 15 or a set of 12. So it might go something like, I do 135 pounds for 50 reps, and I do 145 pounds for 50 reps, and then 155 pounds for 48 reps. And it just kind of increases along that way. By the time I get to 315, hopefully I'm doing way more reps than I was before. Thus, my strength has improved, and obviously, my legs will most likely have grown, because I'm also starting this with my little slow gaining period. So I'm very interested, very excited to bring you guys this footage and also, just experiment, have fun with my training. Some people take this so seriously that they're gonna be saying, why would you waste this time? But for me, if I'm not having fun with it, then what's the point? So if this is something you guys are interested in seeing, that's like, I'm gonna do it either way. But go ahead, hit that thumbs up button if you guys are interested in this. Let me know your opinions in the comment section below. But thanks for watching, and have a great day.